It's week 1 of the NFL, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Cards and the Commanders, and it comes your way next.
We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Today, it's the opener of the 2023 NFL season, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here to begin 2023.
It's always fun to get a new season started.
A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Cardinals offense set to take over for the first time, and they are piloted by their 5th-year quarterback, 2-time Pro Bowler as well, Kyler Murray.
He and Arizona came together on a hefty contract extension before last season, but injuries, well, they caused everyone to take a step backwards last year. But when healthy, Kyler Murray, still a big play waiting to happen on every snap.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Boy, fingers crossed here, first quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. Now the veteran workhorse, here's James Conner. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Murray now. They'll run the screen with Mack. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Now a hit and a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. There's Purdy on 1st and 10. That's going to be, and right away, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry. Now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. To throw is Murray. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So that a free 15 yards.
And it's always a tough one as a defender because a lot of the penalties that you commit, pass interference, holding, when they happen, you actually know what you're doing. But a face mask penalty, a lot of times it's inadvertent, but it still costs you the same amount of yardage.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now You're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I don't know if there's any other way to put it, but that play was blown up right from the snap. How about the guys on the defensive side of the ball? It's almost like they were in the offensive huddle.
Yeah, it's one thing to stand them up. Touchdown, Cardinals! Zach Ertz, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Now the second-year man from Alabama, it's Brian Robinson. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. On first down, Purdy. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again. He's got it. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
The man they call Scary Terry remains one of the best at taking the lid off of a defense. Not only a top 10 season in terms of yards, but he averaged over 15 a catch and was named to his long overdue first Pro Bowl.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 34. Purdy's throw complete there to Thomas. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's second down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Cardinals' 32-yard line.
Purdy. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Purdy to throw it on first down. And yet again, it's McLaurin. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play. Sly able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. Murray now to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Throwing now is Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Here's Murray. Being chased out left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
First down, Murray. And this one is incomplete.
Now, these two teams, Charles, Arizona and Washington, 2023, a new beginning for both. Of course, for the Cardinals, a new coach, Jonathan Gannon, coming over from Philadelphia, where he was the defensive coordinator on their run to the NFC title, and then new ownership here in Washington.
And that gives each franchise a chance to start fresh, to turn the page. And I'm looking at Washington. They could be sneaky good. Despite the fact they didn't make the playoffs last year and the other three teams in their division did, Washington finished 500 at 8-1. They could make a jump.
From the gun on third down, Murray. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 22-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Murray's throw complete to McBride. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Out of bounds at the 16-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Second down, Murray sets to throw. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Now Murray. Got his man. It's Dortch. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it fourth down. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cardinals unable to convert there on fourth down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. B.J. Ojulari. That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League. On second down, a run with Gibson. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. On the return, Dortch. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense
came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
That pass completed to Dortch. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Shotgun now for Murray. Out route, and it's complete to Brown. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Murray to air it out again. This will be caught once again by Brown. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he won't quite make it to the 25. First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series in the second half. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
This is brought in by Gibson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Thomas. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals 40. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Purdy. And that's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Throwing here, Purdy. This to McLaurin out on the left side. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. Nifty footwork at the 45. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7.
At the 47-yard line.
Murray going to throw. Ertz has it left side. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Here's Murray. It's complete to Brown, right side.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll get this complete to Rondale Moore.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
Now Murray again.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
Call it no gain there on the first down play.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From the gun, Murray. And that is incomplete.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was a
touchdown! 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Cardinals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Byron Pringle now to return it. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Back now at FedEx Field.
It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. Throwing on 2nd down, it's Purdy.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. Calling a gain of a yard, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Purdy.
And he'll just get rid of it. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Down 2 scores. I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. Well, didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, it must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
And he slides to a halt inside the 10. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray, because we all know he can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm, and nowadays we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can see downfield and make throws, but he also possesses wide receiver speed. He can call his own number or scramble and turn it into a big play as well. Kyler Murray, a dual threat at the quarterback position.
Mack again.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Marlon Mack taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Cards are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
That's a great read down here near the goal line. Most defenses are keying in on Kyler Murray, knowing they likes to have the ball in his hands. But here he gives it up on the option, and that's a great call as it leads to a touchdown run.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns in 21.
24. Commanders 3.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Washington ready to try again on offense. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's good for Washington. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here's Purdy.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Purdy now to throw. Short throw there, caught by Thomas. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Purdy, big fourth down play.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And it'll be a turnover on downs. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
32-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Play fake. Murray. And that is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here we go on the next drive for Washington. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
On first down, Purdy. That's out wide here for Robinson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts.
That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Shotgun now with Purdy.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Purdy on 4th down.
And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Down to a knee goes Murray, as that will just about wrap this thing up.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Arizona, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head back home next week.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.